Hello and welcome to Awaz News. I'm Kubrali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada.
Man charged with first-degree murder after fatal attack at Markham Auto Shop. Man seriously injured after daylight shooting in Scarborough. Lawyers for Emergencies Act inquiry summon Premier Duckford to appear as witness. Man and 17-year-old charged with more than 20 offences after women robbed at gunpoint in Toronto. Brampton makes it easier for people observing Diwali in Bandage or Divas to vote.
Those were the headlines, and let's jump right into the details.
A man is seriously injured after being shot near a mall in Scarborough Monday afternoon. The incident happened at around 3 p.m. in the Warden Avenue and Finch Avenue East area near Bridlewood Mall, according to police. Police say they located an adult male with a gunshot wound. The man was transported to a local trauma center. Paramedics say the man's injuries are serious but non-life-threatening. Police say they are investigating and urge people to use caution in the area. However, no suspect information has been released. Voters head to the polls on Monday, and with several Toronto wards without an incumbent, it could be once-in-a-generation chance for renewal on City Council. But who is running in your riding and what do they even stand for anyway? It is a question that is not always easy to answer at the municipal level, where the number of candidates in some wards numbers in the double digits. Speaking with CP24 early this month, Professor Emeritus at Toronto Metropolitan University, Maya Simayatiki, said that without political parties to make our assessments by, in some cases, only names that may as well have been plucked out of the telephone book, the advantage afforded to incumbents at the municipal level can be significant. When you go to the ballot box, you get handed a piece of paper with a bunch of names on them, and it is impossible to know who all the candidates are and what they stand for, he said. Of course, incumbents don't always win, and with a minimum of 1/4 of all seats set to turn over, it's assured that there will be some new faces when the next city council is sworn in this December. There is also plenty of interesting races to keep an eye on over the course of election night. Etobicoke North, there will be no Ford on the ballot for the first time in 22 years, injecting plenty of uncertainty into the race. Meanwhile, there is a handful of open races in some of the city's fastest growing ward downtown, including Toronto Centre, University Rosedale, and Fort York Spadina. Whomever ends up victorious in those wards could be the face of council's progressive faction. There is even a race in Scarborough pitting two candidates with the last name Mantas, no relation against one another. Ontario Premier Duckford and former Solicitor General Sylvia Jones have been summoned to appear as witnesses at the public inquiry examining the federal government's use of the Emergencies Act. Commission lawyers said the summons was issued Monday after both Ford and Jones, who is now the health minister, refused multiple requests to appear. It was our hope that Premier Duckford and Minister Jones would agree to appear before the Commission voluntarily, reads a letter sent Monday by Commission lead lawyers Shantana Chaudhary and Jeffrey Leon. However, given that the repeated invitations were all declined, the Commission was issued summons this day to Premier Duckford and Minister Jones pursuant to Section 4 of the Inquiries Act. The letter was written in response to a request for Ford and Jones to appear made last week by 3 lawyers for parties involved in the inquiry, including the Canadian Civil Liberties Association and a group of Ottawa residents affected by the convoy. Chaudhary and Leon said in the letter that Ford and Jones had also refused multiple times to be interviewed privately by Commission lawyers before the public hearings began. Last week, Ford told reporters at an unrelated event in Ottawa that he wasn't appearing at the inquiry because I have not been asked. Andrew Kennedy, spokesperson for Ontario's Attorney General, says in a statement that province is going to challenge the summons in court. The government will be seeking a judicial review to set aside the summons and receive a stay under the grounds the summons are inconsistent with the member's parliamentary privilege, Kennedy said. We believe that questions about Ontario's institutional response will be sufficiently addressed by the testimony from the 2 senior officials already selected by the Commission. Ontario Deputy Transport Minister Lan Freeman and Deputy Solicitor General Mario Di Tommaso were interviewed by the Commission already and are scheduled to testify publicly, Monday's letter said. The Commission has the authority to summon witnesses to testify. Paul Chappell, lawyer representing Ottawa residents in the inquiry, said in an email statement that the people of Ottawa deserve answers from court out of respect for what the residents and businesses of Ottawa endured. The Premier should respect this request from the Commission, he said.
Well, we have some of the top officials with the OPP testifying, and yes, I stood shoulder to shoulder with the Prime Minister. These folks were, camping out, everything from whirlpools, disrupting downtown, disrupting the lives of the people of Ottawa. We work collaboratively with the mayor and the Prime Minister over at the borders. They were holding up $1 billion of trade every single day getting across our borders. We were getting phone calls from governors. It's unacceptable. Myself and I know the Prime Minister believe in free speech. And if you want to protest, protest. If you want to come down to Queen's Park and do cartwheels, but if you disrupt the lives of the people of Ottawa every single day, disrupt the lives, the economic flow across our borders, I have zero tolerance for it.
York Regional Police has charged a 23-year-old man with first-degree murder after individual was fatally attacked in Markham Auto Shop over the weekend. According to a release issued by YRP Monday, officers were called to the shop located at Green Lane near Bayview Avenue at approximately 7:45 p.m. for reports someone was injured. Upon arrival at the scene, investigators alleged they recruited an unresponsive male victim. The victim was taken to hospital and pronounced dead. On Monday, the victim was identified as 67-year-old Chung Hang Victor Lee from Toronto. Police say the suspect entered the shop and attacked the victim. Investigators then allege the suspect stole a vehicle and fled from the shop. YRP says the suspect has since been identified and taken into custody. He has been identified as Markham resident Emmanuel Galagos. He was charged with 1 count of first-degree murder and 1 count of theft of a motor vehicle over $5,000. The City of Brampton says it is making it easier for voters who observe Diwali and Bandi Chor Divas to cast their ballot. In a statement issued late Sunday night, the city said it would be allowing its voting-age residents to vote at any voting location within their ward in an effort to offer a seamless and accessible experience for those celebrating the Hindu, Buddhist, Jain, and Sikh holidays. The city said it is offering this option so that electors can fulfill their civic duty quickly and easily and get back to this special day of celebrations. We recognize that celebrating with loved ones on Diwali and Bandi Chor Divas is important for many voters in Brampton, they said. We thank and acknowledge our community who is committed to doing their part tomorrow on voting day and to those who participated already during advance voting. On Sunday morning, Brampton's interim chief administrative officer and city clerk sent out an internal email calling on city staff to be available to assist with running the municipal election due to a number of election staff resignations and training no-shows. While it remains unclear exactly why so many election staff in Brampton quit or didn't show up for training, Brampton said needed at least 150 people to work on election day and be able in various capacities from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Staff in non-critical roles were informed in their email they may also be asked to help with election delivery. In a follow-up statement issued Sunday afternoon, the city said it is ready for election day. There has been an overwhelmingly positive response and city is well prepared to deliver tomorrow's election, they said, underlining that all voting locations have adequate staff who have been trained. Brampton mayoral candidate Nikki Kaur expressed concerns with the situation and said her campaign would have a team of lawyers monitoring today's election. The clerk's office should have sent sufficient notice of the situation with election day staffing to all campaigns in a timely manner, not less than 24 hours until the vote begins, she said in statement to CP24. The city should have anticipated Diwali on Monday and better prepared for today's election. Speaking with CP24 Monday morning, John Babe, founder of the Democratic Engagement in Exchange at Toronto Metropolitan University, said election staffing issues have been a huge problem during a number of recent elections. Holding election day on 2 major South Asian holidays doesn't help matters, he added. They shouldn't have to make this choice, he said.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kubra Ali. I'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.